time to go back to the old school. In fact, let's go back to the millennial. Many of you will have remembered Y2K and everything going to zero. Well, not this meme coin. This is millennial. And actually, this is a super excited meme coin with a big opportunity. Under a $2 million market cap, but doing over $86,000 in volume. This one absolutely could be worth your time. Links, as always, in the description. But let's get into exactly what millennial has to offer. So before you kind of squint your eyes, this is actually a super good picture. And I would urge and ask you, have a look on the image. Let me know in the comments who you can see. Obviously, we've got people like Bart Simpson in there. For many of you that will know the Crystal Maze, here is Richard O'Brien. And again, it takes you back. If you're from the era that I am, a lot of what's on here is exactly what we grew up with. Mr. Motivator in the middle. Anyway, I'm showing you all of these people. Let me know in the comments who you find. But this is, I guess, the exact narrative millennial is all about. It's a meme coin based on Solana. And like I said, this is a great opportunity to get in on a dip before I think this one skyrockets. This appeals to so many people that are in cryptocurrency right now. Take this channel, for example. A lot of my audience are around the similar sort of age, between 30 and sort of 45. No comments about my age, by the way. Millennial perfectly hits that narrative. It's a pumpfun launch token, so you know that it has liquidity locked and distribution is as good as it can be. But what I like here is the collect or connect with the millennials and check the chart as well. By the way, this takes you to the X account. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But there is going to be more coming through. And like I said, when you get to this narrative, you kind of already get a feel for what this project is all about. It is absolutely doffing its hat back to those 2000s. Everyone remembers this meme. Everyone remembers Tamagotchis. In fact, queuing to get the bloody things. MTV and MTV Cribs, and then the best games, whether it was a Mega Drive, N64, or whatever it was, the millennial had it all. Obviously, I had Y2K as well, but we all move on from that. They invented memes, we invented Bitcoin, and we invented the internet. Like I said, if you're a millennial just like me, then you remember all of these. Even the fact we've got Napster on here. And again, I just want you guys to go through this and let me know all the different images you see, because every time I look at this website, every time I look at the images, it just takes me back. And I think this is why this token has such big appeal. Over 1,000 people are already here on the millennials community. And again, everyone getting super bullish on what's going on, bringing that vibe back from those gone eras of which we all love, we all reminisce at. And do you know what? Secretly, we'd probably all go back to ASAP and probably buy Bitcoin or anything else when it came out. Important to reference here. But like I said, you can see here just how bullish people are. 90s style sat-nav was a bit different with the mirror. I mean, people today just don't even understand how good it was back in those days. So a great website, a brilliant narrative, appeals to many, many different people that I would argue are in the space right now. So I know what you're screaming, 2-bit, get the chart up. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Well, here it is. And in my view, it's a great opportunity right now. When tokens go down here back to launch price, you're always a little bit nervous as to where they're going to go. But look at this. For me, consolidating perfectly in a downtrending market, by the way. We're down about 6% over the course of the last 2 or 3 days. So this is no surprise. And look, in my view, it is set for a nice breakout. $82,000 in volume, 6.9% pooled, and a $1.44 million market cap. By the way, with $200,000 in liquidity, that should give you some confidence as to exactly what this project is all about. Two things it's missing: a little bit of volume coming in again to the uptrend. This I think will be coming very, very soon. And the more people find out about this, once we start to hit 2,500 to 3,000 holders, get ready. Like I said, the narrative is very bullish in my opinion. And like I said, the chart looks solid and primed for a breakout. Think of something like Pepe, think of something like Shiba Inu, where they just had that little bump, it consolidated, and then boom, before you know it, it was off to the races. And like I said, millennial just has that big appeal for so many people from that era. This could be the token that you guys can't afford to miss. So as always, do your own research. The links will be in the description for you to check out. But millennial, and again, let me know what you found in that picture on that first page. Drop it in the comments. And as always, hit that like and subscribe button for more. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.